All right, I want to give you an overview of the Panoblu interface, which you can see here. And this is the live view, which you can enter pretty much at any time. And so you get a top-down perspective from the mast. And within that, you can move around and basically with your fingers, zoom in and see everything that's going on. So I'm just going to use the mouse here to see that I'm moving that like that. And you can move in and see everything. Now, this is all recorded content, so we have prepared some previously, which I wanted to show you, including here on the Blue Lagoon, which is the daytime video. So this gives you an idea of the video, what it's like during the day, where you can see other vessels, tenders operating, little boats approaching you, swimmers in the water also quite far away. You're not necessarily going to make out who they are, but you'll see that there's people, so you can avoid them and you know where guests are and where potentially hazards are at that time. Now, we did also go whale watching. I want to show you that. So here we go. You see that? Actually, it's not a whale, of course. It's just me swimming, so I can say that about myself. But it gives you an idea of what we're looking at. Now, this is obviously on a small catamaran, which is our testing boat. And to give you an idea of the range awareness, which we have, so Panoblu Rad, that allows you to basically see how far away everybody is on the waterline. So you can see I've already swum 20 meters here from the position of where the camera is on the boat. And we can obviously position that so that it's relative to a 0 point for you, be that the bridge or another point in the boat that you specify. And you can zoom in and see everybody swimming. Now, we do have this same view at night, and I want to show you a different one. We now have the thermal infrared view. We have, for your information, pasted this boat in here to give you an idea of what it looks like from a 57 meter. However, this is a boat where we have a camera installed, and it is at the same height as it was in the video. So you get an idea for the distances that we're talking about. And if I turn on Panoblu Rad, again, you see how far away from the mast position now that is on the waterline. Obviously, the bow of the boat at the front is up above the water, so that angle is very sharp. But this gives you an idea of what it would be like to take a 57 meter vessel through this passage where you can see everything that's going on around you. Now, I'm going to take a different view here in the Grand Harbor, which is the same video, but with the original vessel that we had it on. So this is again, our catamaran. And I'm just going to, go through this here and go to a slightly different position further along. Turn the range awareness off. And you can see here that you can even see mooring lines. You can see, anchor lines and everything that is basically visible outside of the water. You can see where you're going, including here the mooring lines and the anchor positions, etc. So from that perspective, it gives you everything that's going on. And you can look at, this little vessel that's there, and you can see even the people on it. So that's the thermal signature. And at the same time, you can monitor everything that's going on around you. And should the people be visible from the camera, you can see them on deck as well, which is obviously really good for man overboard situations, etc. So you can see, that people jumping in, or if they're falling in, or if they're still swimming after having been at the beach club, etc. And then, so this is the video aspect of it. And we also have an older feature, which is our Panoblu Sea View, which is effectively the stills camera. So this is now going to be all video elements, but this captures the entire history of where you have sailed. So if I look back at our map here, you can see that we had a vessel that has done the east coast of Greenland and has come down. And I can pick any one of these moments and basically revisit that and go back in time and see what it was like there. Okay, so this one was dark. You can see the navigation lights there. So let's pick a different one. And I tend to go up to this one because I know this is particularly stunning. Click on any one of these dots. There you go. And so then I can look around now in full 360 degrees and see this. And this is actually on a 73 meter vessel, an Arctic explorer. And she was in the Arctic for many, many months and did the whole trip. So, and then you can navigate through this like a Google map style interface. And also here you have the navigation points. Every single one of these, let me see if I can find one here. Yeah, these globes is effectively a different waypoint in another image. that you can go back and trace it through. If I go back home, you have all the collections. So the entire history of that journey is charted here. And I can just click into this and basically revisit any one of those moments, any one of those days, and any hour within that. And then important, but maybe not quite as exciting, is full user management is built in. So we have lots of different roles here, and each of those can be assigned groups and different types of features and roles so that it's fully customizable to who has access to what, meaning that you can basically get full access to the system as to your guests for the period of time that they have been on board. Meaning you can just create a new user really, really simply. And all of that works really nicely.